Hey guys, welcome back to Auspicious Tarot. Thank you so much if you've been subscribed, if you like, share, and comment on the videos. It's extremely helpful as this small channel grows. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and read for the sign of Scorpio. Let's go ahead and see what's happening for Scorpio. I feel like my energy is a lot more clear right now. Let's see. Good spirit. Spirit team. Please provide helpful messages for Scorpio watching this video. What is Scorpio currently going through right now? Okay, so you got the Star card first. You're feeling hopeful about something that maybe left you in a bit of anxiety. We have the Nine of Swords card popping up here. What else is happening for Scorpio? So we got the Chariot card. There's some kind of movement in progress somewhere. It could have to do with your own emotions. If you recognize one of your character traits could be being a bit immature or having trouble expressing your emotions, this is something that is showing some positive movement, it looks like. But with that Page of Cups card in reverse, you could be going through a disappointment of some sort, maybe with creative endeavors. What else is happening for Scorpio watching this video? What's happening for Scorpio watching this video? What are helpful messages they need? Yeah, so you have the Ace of Cups in reverse too. So right now there's something about maybe repressed emotions making you act out in a way that you feel is immature or someone is perceiving your actions at this time as immature. What else does Scorpio need to know who's watching this video? Sheesh, a lot of reverse cards. So right now you're feeling a lack of direction. If you're procrastinating on something, you've got to get moving. That's part of this emotional block or immaturity. You do have the Sun card here to remind you all is well. There's some kind of anxiety or very big worry, pressure you're under. What else does Scorpio watching this video need to know, good spirit? What do they need to know? What do they need to know? Let the card fly on out. Okay. So it seems like you may need to be called to, you may need to be called. You might get a phone call that's really important. But with this King of Swords energy, you need to make a head over heart decision. So whatever you're procrastinating on, you've got to kind of go into do mode and not think mode. Don't sit and think about things too much. Do it. Don't just do it. You're definitely experiencing some negative thoughts with the Eight of Swords. It's like a self-imposed suffering. This anxiety is something that you're just ruminating over that you don't need to ruminate over. What else, Scorpio? Wow, okay, slapped on out. So we have the Magician here. You're being called to move out of the space of maybe, and I'm just checking to make sure this card is good. Okay, cool, you can see it. But you need to move out of the space of maybe and move into the space of action. You need to turn the jets on, love. You need to find your self-confidence and willpower and bring about what you want. You need to be stubborn about this. I get that you're kind of rolling over in whatever the situation is, and that's causing a problem. So this could relate to, honestly, I'm not going to ask specifically what's going on. I want you to kind of feel your way through this reading, because I want these readings to be targeted and specific and bring in a community of people that, you know, are actually resonating with these messages. You know what I mean? So that's why this could apply to your love life. This could be to do with work, school, education decisions, financial decisions, etc. This is just kind of what you're going through right now. Yeah, I get you've definitely been kind of pacing back and forth in your own mind a lot lately, for sure. You're being called to have this King of Wands energy. You need to really be career focused, dig your heels in, and be the leader that you know you can be. This requires fostering a high degree of maturity. There's something that's really getting your emotions turned over, toppled over, and just, it's throwing you off. You feel like you're acting in a way that shows that you don't feel like you have direction right now. This is something that you need to be aware of so that you can work on fixing this. Yeah, and right here with the Ten of Cups in reverse. So it could be that this has to do with a broken family. Maybe you come from a broken family of divorce, maybe in multiple generations, where it's difficult to actually express your emotions because maybe you grew up in the household, the kind of household where if you do, there are physical consequences that you can't control. So you've learned to just button down your emotions, but I'm getting this is not helping you. It's not helping you. You got some sort of deeply misaligned values with your family. So maybe after this past Thanksgiving holiday, you could have had some kind of issue, some spat with your family. They think you're being immature, but it's almost like how could they blame you? It's not like they actually took the time to sit with you and explain and work with you through emotions. It was very much so stop crying or else, type of deal. Which obviously, if this is resonating for you, you are nodding your head like, yep, you totally know the deal. So they're viewing you as immature, and that's hurting you so much because they're not listening to how you're feeling. They didn't listen to you. I'm getting the feeling of you almost shouting into the ether. You're trying to be so specific about what's going on, why, whatever's going on, or this argument that could have taken place. And it's leaving you in this space of ruminating in your head, thinking it brought back all those negative memories from when you were a kid. And it's very hard. Honestly, when you grow up in that kind of house, it just takes potentially up to a lifetime you just have to really reparent yourself, as in like literally give yourself room to feel your emotions, which even means walking away from a situation for the time being. But that's hard to do because I know there's so many expectations. You're literally pushed and molded into being a people pleaser because again, you grew up with, I'm getting threats of violence probably, like you've been hit, and you knew, like, okay, like your way to adapt was, all right, let me take the temperature of my caregiver all the time. And yeah, so that's how we've come here. And it seems like you're learning that these people are absolutely not changing at all. Those in your family or whoever you had an argue with, it doesn't even have to be your whole family, but this is giving close proximity to primary caregiver type of deal. So could be an aunt or uncle you really looked up to, or someone you tried to connect with, but maybe they were a bystander to what your parents were doing, something to that effect. And it's causing you to be in this emotional state. It's really hard to move forward on. It's affecting your work, and it's like preventing you from concentrating and making the clear, concise decisions you need to make in order to be successful and to move, just to be successful. Yeah, and we have also on top of the deck as well too, imbalance, temperance in reverse. So it could be that while you're trying to heal yourself, you numb with alcohol or other substances to try and find realignment, but it like throws you off balance. You're doing it in excess. There's an extreme that's present here. Then we show no additional messages at this moment. So we're going to start to ask for a little advice. What is some advice Scorpio needs? Well, this wanted to come out too earlier, but I didn't take it. So, okay. Try not to play it safe. This card kind of kept flipping up. I was going to say, hey, you may need to leave home. You could be living at home or something like that. Any travel plans, then it flipped up reverse again. Just make sure you make good. When you're making a change, make plans that are comfortable for you, that you can follow through on. Not comfortable in the way where you're not going to grow, but comfortable in the way where, like, you don't hurt yourself, Like, don't, if you're trying to, get a new apartment, don't put yourself in a $7,000 a month apartment if right now you're only making $8,000 a month, Like, yeah, you could do it, but ouch, that's very scary, So make decisions that are doable for you for the foreseeable future. What are some cards of advice for Scorpio going through this with their family? So some advice is I'm getting focused on developing more skills for yourself. Focus on manifesting better financial opportunities for you. So you could be someone who's living at home for the time being, or you stayed with family for a bit, something to do with that. But I'm getting, you need to save as much as you can and continue seeking out new opportunities that will bring more income to you, that is steady. What else is going on in the situation for Scorpio watching this video? What else is going on for them? You're definitely indecisive about something. About your next move. You're indecisive about your next move. Yep. What are you indecisive about? And boom, comes out Ace of Pentacles, which is, which opportunity do you want to take? You want a new career, a new venture? You're indecisive about that. You are going to get a new opportunity for sure. The world is full of great opportunities. What should Scorpio do to help them? Do rest in gratitude here with the Nine of Cups. I show that you've definitely got a lot of good things around you. You really do. But because you're dealing with the familial situation, it just drags you right on back to when you were a kid, and goodness gracious, it's extremely isolating when you grow up in an abusive home. And to me, abusive is where you're putting your hands on someone where you can literally sit down and talk this little being through what they're feeling, because they don't know. You're not the parent, you know? So honestly, if you're putting hands on kids and whatnot, instead of literally talking to them, finding creative and constructive ways, you might not have a good time on this channel, because there's a better way to do life and to treat people who have never been on this planet before. So, you know. But it's looking like those are your messages right now for sure, Scorpio. Just make sure to take care of yourself. Make an actionable plan for yourself. Let yourself go through these emotions, but I do see that there is happiness here. You are working hard on your career. You're doing great. You could have Taurus somewhere in there. Aries could be in your chart somewhere. I'm getting as well with that fiery bit. Potentially Leo somewhere as well. But you are showing up in that King of Wands energy, which is being a leader for yourself. I think you had a heartbreaking moment recently with your family or a family member, and you realize, goodness gracious, after all these years, this is never going to change. And it's up to you on if you want to figure out a way to try to love that person differently, take a break from them, whatever it is you need to do for yourself. But you're doing a great job. You're being advised at this time, while you're going through all these very heavy and tough emotions, is to focus on your future. Keep moving forward little by little. You know, if it's applying for jobs, then, you know, spruce up that resume, everything like that. But take your time. Don't feel like you need to apply to 100 jobs today or else you're a failure type of thing. I get that you came from a household where it's like you need to do all these huge things that just exhausted you all at once, or else you're going to be like this. I guess someone talked to you probably like that, but it's not true. You need to give yourself a break. Once you're obviously an adult, but when you're a kid in that situation, you don't realize that when you're an adult, most adults don't even do half the stuff that they're screaming or hitting at you to do. So that means this is where the reparenting comes in, because you were taught to live in this high anxiety performance way, and that's not realistic. People like that end up with heart attacks. People like that end up with strokes. As far as those specifically who work themselves to the grindstone, like on house chores and things that are not everything needs to be done at once. You know, you need to look after yourself and your health. That comes first. And you're gonna be fine. I get a lot of positive notes in here in this reading too. You're gonna be okay, but take it easy, son. We got Leo on my lap right now. But, yep, I'm going to go ahead and close the reading out. Please do leave a like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back with more content. And, I hope you do well. Get some rest. You need it. Bye, Scorpio, goodness gracious. All right, this reading's done. Bye, Scorpio. This has been Auspicious Tarot.